This week's Race of the Week is the Minimax 950 final from the first round of the Rotax British Karting Championship. An excellent and clean race goes right down to the wire. Enjoy!
The grid, here we go, lights are out, we're off and racing in Minimax. Friend leads the field through the Bruno Ferrari S's and under the bridge on the opening lap. And they fan out 3 and 4 wide through the banking and somebody on the grass, and it looks like a zip cart to me. That could be, well, Zach Starbuck was at the back of the field, but we'll have a little look. Change for second, Holmes Ballock, but Friend still leads.
Yeah, good start, clean start in the most part for all 34 runners. Out of hairpin number 2 and towards the Fullerton S's for the first time. It's a breakaway of 4. Friend, Holmes Ballock, Griffin and Taylor all involved. It's over to the rest of them, led by Finley Lines to challenge. Change between the DHRs there for third place, but Albie Friend will be pretty pleased, I think, with that first lap. Controlled it from pole position, got the reaction to the lights right, and will lead at the end of this first lap. Second place is Luca Holmes Ballock, Griffin third, Taylor fourth. Good start for Riley Murrow, up 6 places already, is into 8th place. Also on the move, Edward Haynes, as predicted, Henry's up 3, and the farmer Tom Reed up 4 spots to 18th. Hasnain Khan has also had a good start, up 9 to 21st.
7Z, I think, easy win for Lubimov. Well, Nikita Lubimov, the Estonian driver, he's not here. Sorry. So, but I'm sure that if he was here, he would be contending for the win. But, you know, wishful thinking there on the live chat. Here we go. It is Friend now back to third place. Holmes Ballock and Joshua Griffin lead the way from Friend, and then Harry Taylor. Behind them is Finley Lines. Now, remember the first race, the pre-final rather, where Finley Lines was closing in on the lead trio at the end of the race. Now he's got to do it all again, and we got another battle for the race lead. New leader, Scotland's Joshua Griffin.
Yeah, good move there by Griffin into the first couple of corners. Finley Lines' new fastest lap of the race. Friend down the inside takes second place away from Luca Holmes Ballock. This is one of those races that's going to go back and forth, and back in the favour, I'd say. His Friend has a look down the inside but thinks better of it to go for it. I think he was a bit undecided there whether to go for the move or not. Holds in second place, but here comes the chasing pack. There is Finley Lines with the O-plate, the green helmet. Brilliant performance from Lines at Wilton Mill a few weeks ago. He's going to have a bit of more work, I feel, in this final if he's going to win it, but he's closing in, and it's now that initial quartet are back as part of the main peloton, as it were, of these Minimax drivers.
Indeed, that's the thing with Finley Lines. You give Lines a sniff of victory, and he is, you know, on it like a tramp on chips. Now, out of the final corner, Friend trying to break away with Josh Griffin. Then a gap back to the 2 Synergy teammates, Holmes Ballock Lines, McAndrew Uren and Harry Taylor are next. Jensen Chor, I think Auntie Jodie is giving Jensen some support on the line, on the live chat. Riley Murrow in 8th, then Babicek, the Czech Republic-based driver, and Gilman rounding out your top 10 ahead of Bernard, Smith, Collinson, Haynes up to 14th, then Tom Reed, Spencer, Turacek, Khan, Bradshaw and Finley Hines rounding out your top 20. It doesn't look like Coles Racing are going to take their 10th Minimax win in this race. Their leading driver is Hines down in P20.
Yeah, good defence there from Jensen Chalk, keeping ahead of Riley Murray for 7th place. Griffin and Friend feel right now, Henry, they know they have to work together right now. They cannot afford to let Lines, Holmes, Ballock and Taylor back into this one. They've got a good gap with 11 minutes remaining on the clock. Let's have a look at what the pace is like as they come round to finish lap number 4. 1 minute 1.5s for the 2 leaders, as that is Taylor down the inside of Luca Holmes Ballock. At the moment, Finley Lines is 0.4 of a second quicker than the front 2. 1 minute 1.0, 3 wide going onto the bridge. I hope that gets sorted out before they get to the next couple of apexes, and I believe they did. Good driving. Here goes Friend down the inside for the lead. Spot on the brakes. Takes the lead away from Joshua Griffin, but that has definitely brought Finley Lines back into play now. The O-plate holder is there, less than 0.3 0.4 of a second behind.
On the live chat, Martin Hallam was used to watch Finley's dad Stuart Lines racing the Volkswagen Audi Group Trophy. He goes, does that make it old? No, Martin, it doesn't make you old. Makes you let the ancient.
No, Stuart's very proud of what Finley's doing. Here's a move from Joshua Griffin, and through as well goes Finley Lines. Both of them ahead of Albert Friend. Round onto the bank. He wants to get a Lines lead. No, he doesn't, because back comes Friend. Well, Albert Friend goes from first to second to third to second to first in the space of about 10 seconds. That's Minimax 950 to the core. Harry Taylor's approaching now as well there in fourth place. Luca Holmes-Ballack and Emerson McAndrew-Ewan fifth and sixth. But that's classic Albie Friend. The second he gets overtaken, he's like, no, I'm striking straight back here. Brilliant overtake to retake the lead.
You look in any off-track footage and Albie Friend has always got a beaming smile on his face. That smile belies an absolute tiger when he gets back behind the wheel. You cannot. He doesn't know how to spell give up. He can't give up. He won't give up. And he will never, ever admit he's beaten. He will take the fight to anybody down to the wire. New leader, Finley Lines.
Great move down the inside by Lines. Takes the lead back, but Friend once again going for the lead. Oh, big chunk of curb coming off the bridge. I think that's going to cost Albie Friend right now, as here come the DHRs. Here come Joshua Griffin and Harry Taylor. Now, we should note there has been a warning flag to the 153 of Harry Taylor, so he has attracted the attention of the officials. Needs to be on best behaviour for the remainder of this race. Further down the order, just to note, some great drives through the field. Tom Reed up 9 spots now to 13th. Edward Haynes up 6 to 12th, and also in double figures for number of positions gained. Khan, Radcliffe and King all scrapping inside or around the top 20.
Well, I've got to say, Finley Lines has checked out.
This is what we're seeing.
0.5 of a second in the first lap. Last lap, he did a 101.34. The chasing pack did 101.7s. Now the pressure's on Griffin and Taylor and Friend. Behind second, third and fourth, you've got a 3-kart battle for fifth between Holmes-Ballack, McAndrew-Ewan and reigning Micromax Rotax Grand Finals champion Jensen Chalk. So Finley Lines, he's not beating the best in Britain, he's beating the best in Europe and the world, because British drivers dominated Europe and the Grand Finals last year. Incredible stuff from the Synergy driver, Mike Spencer and Rob Hanscom, and the rest of the Synergy team. And of course, Finn's mechanic, Macaulay Austin, of sort of this weekend, it was a job of, Wilton Mill, everything went their way.
Yep.
And it's easy to win when everything's going your way. This weekend, Finley's had a lot of adversity to overcome. So the job of dad and team and mechanic is to get young driver back into the right headspace and sort of tell him, don't overdrive, don't overreact. Like I said, let the package do the talking. Let the car, let the engine, let the handling do the talking. You just do your bit as well, and everything will be clover.
I've got to say, Joshua Griffin's digging deep here. That was a great last lap from Griffin. 1 minute 1.2, a personal best. Pulled in quarter of a second of Lines' lead. So it's 2/3 of a second that covers the top 4. Emerson McAndrew-Ewan and Luca Holmes-Ballack still pushing on there. With Jensen Chalk for company. That's the chase group, 5th, 6th and 7th. You just see them there at the back of your shot. This is at a classic middle phase now. Everybody knows what they've done so far in the first half of this race. Everybody knows what's at stake for the remaining time on the clock, and you don't want to throw it away. Still with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go. End of lap 9. It's Lines, Griffin, Taylor, Friend, McAndrew-Ewan, Holmes-Ballack, Chalk, Zednek Babacek then leads the next group behind. That also includes Edward Haynes, Max Skillman, Riley Murrow and Tom Reed, who's now up 10 places in this race to 12th.
Yeah, indeed. And we've still got all 34 drivers running, which is great to see. Lines And of course, wouldn't it be poetic if it came down to a battle between Finley Lyons and Joshua Griffin for this final win? And there's the chasing pack. So there's the 118 of Jensen Chalk side by side behind. There's Edward Haynes. Haynes, the baby-faced assassin, is now up into 8th place.
A gain of 9 from where Haynes started for Thule Motorsport, and he's getting some help from Max Skillman as well. The two Thule Motorsport drivers piloting things well right now. End of lap 10 then. What is the gap looking like at the very front of the field? Well, it's stabilised. Identical lap times for the two leaders to the 100th of a second last time around. Harry Taylor, a relative chasm of 200ths slower on that last lap round. And Friend was actually the quickest of them last time. So it's still that pack of 4 looking a bit further back. This is, was that Tom Reed looking down the inside on the Strawberry? Yes, it is, the 111. That's going past Riley Murrow in the 138. That's Reed up to 11th.
The Strawberry race, the junior arm of the Strawberry racing team, which is helped run by Mark Baines, and Mark has been celebrating Sheffield Wednesday won earlier on today, so Mark's in good spirits. During the match, I think it was 12:30 kick-off, apparently there were kids being thrown around the awning, there was, windows being broken and everything like that, but all is now well with the world, and the Strawberry racing drivers have picked themselves up and are now going back to the front.
They are indeed. So another lap ticks on by. Lyons still comfortable at the moment out front, quite happy to lead this group, but Griffin starting to apply the pressure as Blair Smith out of the race. It's been a tough weekend for Blair Smith. Was 8th in the final here last year. It won't be this year. Change of lead. Griffin to the front and Fred down the inside as well. What has happened to Lyons? Well, he's down to 4th place now. He's trying to fight back around the outside of Joshua Griffin for 3rd, but that's completely changed the story of this race now. Albie Friend once again back into the lead.
Yes, indeed. Again, you just can't keep a good man down. Friend from the lead, back to 2nd, back to 3rd, back to the lead. Now what can Finley Lyons do? Now we'll see what he's made of. He's been forced back to 4th position. We got less than 3 minutes to go. He's going to either, I hate saying it, it's either going to be win it or win it. This is a key moment for Finley Lyons now. Can he keep his head? He's got a championship to think about.
It has indeed.
How all these drivers do. At the moment, Friend would be your championship leader over Griffin, Holmes, Ballock, Taylor and Lyons in 5th. But Lyons, he's got the kart to get to the front, but he's got 3 supremely talented world-class drivers in front of him. Here's the first move. There's Griffin to the inside. Door shuts in Lyons' face. Stays 4th. Friend's going to start backing them up. Friend is going to start not messing with them, but backing them up, trying to wait and almost feel the little push from behind and then go. What can Finley Lyons do? What can Griffin do? Harry Taylor. This is the best I've ever seen Harry Taylor drive.
It really has been an impressive performance from Harry Taylor here this weekend. Less than 2 minutes to go then. Albie Friend continues to lead. Finished 9th in the final here last year, a final where he was going for the championship. In the end, finished P2. So the start of the 2024 campaign is there's the move from Lyons down the inside of Harry Taylor for 3rd place. Can he get it done at the top of the banking? Yes, he can. So that's one position for Finley Lyons. Now he'll set about trying to find a way past Joshua Griffin, which of course he had to do on the way to winning the O-Plate in somewhat strange circumstances. Friend defends to the inside and successfully through hairpin 1, but here comes the attack through hairpin 2. Lyons looking to the outside now. Is there going to be a switchback available for him into the Fullerton S's? Griffin squeezes a little bit but leaves enough racing room. That's good racing between Lyons and Griffin. Lyons up to 2nd place. Friend checks over the shoulder, sees he's got about, what would you say, 4 or 5 card length lead.
I tell you what, he's
going down all the time.
I'll tell you what the gap is. The gap is not enough.
Not enough.
Not
2
yet.
laps to go then. Albert Friend comes round, sees 30-odd seconds on the clock remaining, but if he looks over his shoulder, he'll see the bright green helmet and O-plate of Finlay Lines is there in second place now. All to play for here at PFI.
Here we go, over the bridge for the penultimate time. They descend towards hairpin number 1, 180 degrees right. Up the short chute, 180 degrees left. Up the second short chute, and then a 90 left and a 90 right through the Fullerton S's. Onto the back straight. This parcel of land here in Lincolnshire has seen some of the best kart racing I've ever witnessed in my 20-something years in this sport. And I've got a feeling as the clock strikes 0, it's about to see another 1 minute and 1 seconds of stuff that will live long in the memory. Friend, Lines, Griffin and Taylor. Who's it going to be?
Any 4 of them could take this communication there between Lines and Friend to keep going. Lines goes for it down the inside. Does it work? They're nearly 3 wide as they go onto the bridge, and it's Friend who's emerged at the front of it, but it's not done yet. Griffin up to second place. Lines now third. This is where Friend will defend to the inside. Got to get the braking right. Lines looking to the outside now. Is there a switchback out of hairpin 1? Friend will defend again into hairpin 2. Lines round the outside. Surely that's a gap that's going to squeeze. Fair play. Joshua Griffin leaves him a good amount of space. Oh, very close there. Out of position goes Finlay Lines, but Albie Friend has crucially still got the lead of this one. And it's very close there through Bobby Game corner. Through goes Lines. The DHR's into third and fourth. Has Albie Friend controlled this to the line? Is he going to put 2023 to bed and start 2024 with victory? Yes, he is. Albie Friend wins at PF International. Second place goes to Finlay Lines, and it's a third place for Joshua Griffin on the podium. What a race. What a finish.